Hi, I'm Xenia from Total Prepare, and today we're going to be talking about emergency preparedness for children. Let's get started. It's natural to want to shield a child from anything bad that could happen, but in the case of emergency preparedness, it's important to teach them the basics. Being prepared can help kids feel less afraid in an emergency and can empower them to keep themselves safer if an emergency does occur. So, how can you prepare your child for an emergency? Begin by teaching them about the natural hazards that are a risk in your area and what they should do when these things happen. Make sure to talk about house fires too, as they are one of the most common emergencies in Canada.
These conversations can also be a good place to discuss related topics like stranger danger and what adults you can and can't trust in an emergency.
In some cases, you may not know what your local hazards are or how to deal with them either, and that is okay. Consider it a chance to learn something with your child as a bonding experience. You can find information on all of Canada's major hazards on the Total Prepare blog or inside our free emergency plan template at totalprepare.ca/emergency-guide. Break your lessons into shorter, manageable pieces and use age appropriate language like ambulance in place of paramedic. Be aware of your child's body language and move on to another activity if they become bored or assure them if they are afraid. Encourage questions and make sure they know that it's okay to be scared. Contact your child's school or daycare to find out what their emergency procedures are and make sure your child knows what to do at school if an emergency happens. Some provinces may also offer free lesson plans and resources for teachers to help them educate their students about emergencies. For example, British Columbia has the Masters of Disaster program, which provides a fun, structured approach to learning about emergencies, helping kids cope after or during an emergency. Children can be more sensitive than adults to changes in their environment or routine. They can feel the upheaval of an emergency deeply, and it's important to be there for them and help them feel safe. They may react in different, unpredictable ways, like wetting the bed, having trouble eating or sleeping, or developing separation anxiety. Take their fear seriously and explain events as best you can. Always use clear, age appropriate language and acknowledge what is frightening about the situation. Share with them what you think and feel to help them feel less alone. To the best of your ability, try to maintain familiar routines like bedtime and meal schedules. If needed, consider asking for help from an objective professional. In a disaster, you'll be coping with a lot too, and there is no shame in asking for help for yourself or your child as it's needed. Emergency drills. One of the best ways to help prepare children for emergencies is to practice emergency drills. Many children hide during emergencies or avoid first responders out of shock or fear. Practicing what to do in an emergency, including evacuating, can be a great way to help them remember how to respond in real disaster. For a more comprehensive look at emergency drills, check out our video on how to prepare a family emergency drill. Teach your child about 911. It's critical to teach children about 911. Proper use of emergency services could save their life, or yours. They're never too old to learn about it. Start by explaining what 911 is. Let them know they can call it any time if they think someone might be seriously injured or in danger. Be sure to give clear examples, as this kind of situation may not be obvious to children. GetPrepared.gc.ca gives this example. If you see someone lying on the ground not moving, find an adult immediately. If no one is around, call 911. Next, teach your child how to judge the risks of a situation before calling 911. They need to be somewhere safe before they make the call. If they think there is someone in the house who should not be, or if there is a fire in the home, they should not go inside to call 911, but use a cell phone or go to a neighbor's house. Be sure to explain to your child that calling 911 is not a game or a joke. Remind them that an unnecessary 911 call could keep help from those that truly need it. Teach your child what to say to 911. Tell them that someone will ask them if they need police, fire, or ambulance, and if your child is very young, explain what each service can do. Then, teach them to describe the situation and their location. Emergency services will ask for details in this order: the location of the emergency, the caller's name, where the caller is. Lastly, they'll ask for the caller's phone number in case they are disconnected. They may follow up with additional questions, but these are the core four. The child should understand that they need to be as accurate and clear as possible. To help your child master all of this, role play a few situations with them so they can practice. I'll add some of the examples given by getprepared.ca in the description. Teaching a child about emergencies can seem overwhelming at first, but it is so important. Many of the things that you teach them will stick with them into adulthood. We hope this video will help you start those conversations with your children. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. and we'll see you next time. Remember, be prepared, not scared.